What's up, Junkies? Welcome back to another good episode of great episode of Culture Junkies Live. Obviously, you know what we're going to be talking about today, and that is the deal that is finally done. Disney now owns Fox as of 12:02 this morning. There's been a lot of rejoicing online. There's been a lot of speculation, hand-wringing about the deal, people speculating what's going to come next, and we're not alone in that. So, you know, we're going to talk mostly about that today, but we're also going to talk about the Stranger Things 3 trailer that came out late, earlier today as well, you know, but we got a whole bunch of stuff to get to. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce who's going to be in the show with me today. We got Mr. GQ checking in from the great dungeon. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm hoping this video doesn't get flagged on YouTube since you use two extremely well-known fanfares, but that's okay.
Well, they're remixes, so we're good. But the deal is done, and I know you're pretty happy as a Disney, you know, shareholder. Your pockets are getting fatter. You know, that's never a bad thing. But also who's going to be on the show is Fallen Marvel. Who's going to be on the show. What's up, man? How are you?
I am doing fantastic today, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm happy to be here to talk about something that is pretty monumental. So yeah, very monumental. Other than that, I know, right? We got a whole bunch to talk about. But and also we got Super Nerd Plus is checking in. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Dude, I know. I think you need to work on your horn playing or whatever you got there. I was almost expecting them to have like the little party fairs, the you know, like shooting out at the screen.
Sucks, so you know you can't find good stuff at Walmart.
Man, you can't find good stuff at Walmart, man. I don't know if Walmart seemingly has everything. I think you might need to think about that. We got Miao Yin checking on the show. What's up, man? What's up, girl? How are you?
YOLO. Hello, all you happy people. Very happy people.
I know, right? We're all very, very happy. Are you happy? Are you kind of
cautiously optimistic? I am happy for several reasons and cautious for other reasons. So, I'm happy.
Okay. Last but not least, the great Dr. Kuji is also here. How you doing, sir?
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to be here with you. Brought to you by Not This Beer right here.
Brought to you by Not This Beer right here. What beer is it?
This right here is San Miguel. This is the beer of the Major from Ghost in the Shell. It's also a beer from Filipino beer.
Filipino beer. You're a man of culture.
Yes.
I had a beer too, but I didn't like it, so I decided not to drink it. So I got H2O.
Oh, look at this guy. I mean, we have cause to celebrate. And he chooses today to kind of be dry. He doesn't want to be kind of.
Grab another one, but that shit was kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll put it on blast, man. Go get another bottle and hey, drink it.
Beer. Well, no. Here's the thing: it's from one of my favorite companies, Belgium.
Yeah,
Belgium, like Fat Tire, or whatever. And it was like, it said strawberry lemon ale. I'm like, okay, let me get that a try. You know?
Oh no!
Wait a minute! Stop! Stop!
It's fucking
fruity beer. Stop it!
No.
Stop it! Fruity beer, strawberry.
What? You do not
what?
fruit the beer.
I am going to go Bacardi Dragonberry today.
Oh, my man! Yeah, my man. There we go. Anybody else got their libations ready to go today?
Fine.
Oh, see? Yeah, there we go. All right.
Activities begin. I'm excited now.
I think GQ. You're gonna have to go get one of the decanters. You have a Vader cup, don't you? You fill it with your favorite libation and pour up on this one.
I collected the tears of all the haters.
Oh, there we go. That's really good. I like that. Yeah, there you go.
There he is.
Yeah,
there he is. Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good thing. I'm gonna say hey to Beth Griswold out there in the chat, Marcus Smith out there in the chat, LGZ. We wish you were on the show. She needs to be on this show. You know, as much as she was talking about this deal all last year. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna do this. If it does happen, it's gonna I want to troll her so bad right now. But anyway,
I will say, because I have to hold my girl down. She was right about a lot of stuff that didn't happen. So I got you.
Whatever.
But
like what? Yeah, explain yourself. Explain like what? What was she right about?
We'll get to that. Let's not jump ahead.
Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? All right. So the quick terms, raise our glasses. I wish I don't have a glass. Sir. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared right now. I would drink if I actually had something, but I don't. But anyway, y'all drink, y'all pour up for me. So yeah, the deal is done as of 12:02 this morning. Yes. Disney has finally completed the purchase of Fox, 20th Century Fox, and all of its holdings. A lot of things have gone down. There's the official press release. Like literally, they wasted zero time changing their homepage to reflect their new buyings. Like, so we saw they had Donald Glover from Atlanta up there. They had Neytiri and what's his name from Avatar up there. They had the Simpsons up there. They had Deadpool up there. It was all front and center, man. Like they literally wasted no time. So I'm super excited. I'm not gonna bother reading the press release. I was gonna read the press release. I'm not gonna do that. Let's just jump right in and just talk about it. So let's get it from the horse's mouth. Someone that's kind of very closely tied to the company themselves. GQ, how do you feel now that it's all done?
I feel the same as I felt yesterday. I mean, I woke up, put both pants on, pants on one leg at a time like normal.
I mean, like you say, you putting two pairs of pants on. I was like, no, it's not that cold outside.
It was cold in the dreams I had early in the morning. I was like, wait a minute, it's not cold no more. I was thinking we feel a little of that polar vortex putting on them long johns.
I know, right?
But no. I mean, realistically, it's like it's something that has already been. We've been all in our own different ways saying it was going to happen. So it's kind of like
unless you're LGZ, LGZ,
Well, I mean, and I can understand her doubts for it, but I mean. The main thing I take away from this is we're finally going to get X-Men done proper. We're finally going to get Fantastic Four done proper. We can have Galactus and
yes.
I mean there's all sorts of it just opens so much up for the MCU right now. And I think that's my main focus because, okay, granted, yes, we have access to Die Hard and Alien and Predator and all these various, franchises. But a lot of those is even their later entries haven't been all that great. And it's not like you're getting Bruce Willis to come back and do another Die Hard.
Right.
So it's like, okay, it's cool. They're going to get access to that library and, re-release, those movies and do various things with those, those different franchises.
Right.
But I'm really more interested in what they're going to do with the stuff that has legs moving forward. The Marvel stuff, mainly the Marvel stuff, and obviously, re-releasing Star Wars in its original form if they want to.
With the fanfare.
Yeah, with the original fanfare, doing all of that sort of stuff. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see with those sorts of things. In all honesty, I don't care about the old stuff that they're going to get. I mean, it's great, throw it on the streaming service, but I'm only looking forward to the Marvel and Star Wars stuff, to be honest. I mean, original trilogy Star Wars stuff.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Dido, what's your feelings about the deal?
Well, I mean, not to mirror everything that GQ is saying, I am pretty excited mainly for the Marvel side of things because I enjoy comic book movies. I enjoy good comic book movies. Marvel has yet to disappoint me. Right. And I am looking forward to seeing the properties brought to the studio that seems to know exactly what to do with them and have things planned out with them. And that's exciting. I'm pretty sure all the other Fox movies are probably going to just exist if they continue to go forward, and they may or may not. Who knows what's going to? They don't necessarily have to keep Die Hard going or Alien going. They don't have to do that stuff. I don't care. They can make new stories. That's fine and dandy. Only other thing I'm really looking forward to, in my honest opinion, is hearing that 20th Century Fox fanfare when Star Wars shows up. Now, it may happen. We don't know. We got a new Star Wars movie coming out this year, but there's no guarantee that we're going to hear it. But it'd be great to hear it because we haven't heard it for the last 3 Star Wars movies. So that's kind of what I mean. And I mean, talking like that, so that's just so small and blah, blah, blah. You know what? There's a lot to come. I don't know what's going to happen out of everything right now. Seeing Marvel do what they got to do with these characters they just got is what I'm excited about. That's mainly it.
Okay. Let's get a different perspective. Let's hear from Mia Yin. How are you feeling about the deal?
So I am, like the guys have already stated, very excited that so much that, you know, my fandom has like swelled a bit, you know, like the potential for it. I'm also interested to see what they do with all of their newfound power, especially now that they own so much, because people know, if you didn't know, you should know that Disney has a vendetta against Netflix. So now that they own so much of Hulu, and now that they're going to have their own stuff coming out, like with their own streaming service and all this kind of stuff, and I want to see how they're gonna what are they gonna do actually, what are they gonna do? And then also, like, I've always known that Disney has this thing, and this is like me about to be really nerdy right now. So, you know, long in the golden days of Hollywood, Disney wasn't allowed to play in the reindeer games. You know, it was 20th Century Fox. It was, Metro Goldwyn, RKO Pictures, Paramount, Warner Brothers. Them buying one of the original companies that didn't let them play in the reindeer games and, you know, just caused them so much turmoil over the years is huge to me. And it shows that, like, they're this dominating force that wants to continue to get bigger because of those companies that are left. I think it's just like Warner Brothers is really the only one that's still kind of standing in its own way. Like, it hasn't been completely like transformed and bent out of shape and become something else. So that's another interesting thing of like crushing your enemies kind of thing. And yeah, so finally, another nerd part for me is that they own Nat Geo now, National Geographic. That is something that's very interesting. I want to see what they're going to do with it. If they're going to keep it the same, if they're going to keep like shows like The Simpsons around and all of the, you know, that Fox animation stuff that they had, because, you know, so many people love that. I love it too. So, like, I'm happy, like I said earlier, but I'm cautiously optimistic because I've been fooled to an extent before when they did get Star Wars. It's not like they trashed the brand, but it did change. So, you know, I don't always like change. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We'll see.
Super Nerd Plus, let's counter that. Let's bring some more hype to the deal. Let's get everybody kind of pumped back up. How do you feel about it?
Oh, you know I'm excited. Shit, this shit gonna be amazing. Amazing. Like, this is, like, they got Hulu now, so everybody talking about that the Marvel X Netflix shows are not gonna be on. It's gonna be on there. We knew that was gonna happen. They own 60% of the stake. They know what they're doing from day one. So Disney probably like suck my dick from the back.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
They know
Disney,
what it
the
is.
family company.
No, and behind closed doors though.
Before us, I don't know.
I'm just hyped up because it's like we finally. Oh, and even funny part I heard. I think this is true, but they said they about to send the New Mutants on the streaming service. They're not even going to put it in the theaters. Is that right?
That's up for debate. That's up for debate. Yeah, it's up for debate.
Yet.
They might as well go ahead and do that.
I don't see too much like theater promotion for it. Like, as of now, like, it's just been non-existent at this point. Like, we just only seen Dark Phoenix and that's it.
Well, I mean, even so, that's the main thing they're talking about. They probably say, put that bullshit out there, whatever, just for the last of the X-Men movies. But I really think they're gonna shelve New Mutants. And then they got some more stuff coming. Didn't like the What If stuff coming out?
That's gonna be a TV show. Yeah, that's gonna be a TV show. Yeah,
it's like an anthology. That's gonna be dope. What else is coming out? They got the Loki got his own show coming out. Was it Falcon and Winter Soldier? And it's gonna be the same actors. So they got so much stuff coming out, and it's gonna be like sensory overload, because if they gonna, for the next phase, we don't know what the next phase is gonna be, but hopefully it's a big phase and it's gonna trickle down to all the shows, because now everything's gonna be under the umbrella now. They can't, put one section of a show and not catch up to what's going on to it, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, or even Cloak and Dagger. That's a freeform. That's ABC, which is Disney. So everything is gonna be under the umbrella. This is gonna be exciting. I'm excited as hell. Let's go. We got X-Men back. That's the main thing. X-Men is gonna be the main thing. And they probably already got it in credit already. We don't even know that because they knew what time it was. They probably already shot it in credit already for you
bring up a good point because we've seen this before. We saw it with Civil War. When Civil War was getting ready to come out, we didn't know Spider-Man was going to be in it. We thought it was just going to be Black Panther. So they said they filmed two different kind of cuts of the film where it was one that has Spider-Man and one that didn't have Spider-Man. And when they finally closed that deal and it was all, the blood on the ink of, Amy Pascal from Sony was on that deal. Kevin Feige had finally bent her over his knee and, said, hey, you're going to give us Spider-Man back and let us make this money. Let's go get this bag. And, so when that was done, they put out the cut. Now that we have Fox in the fold, and they thought that they knew way ahead of time that this deal was pretty much done. What do they have in the can? They might have a lot. They might have a lot in the can.
Let's be honest. I mean, how much was it? How much was it they gave him?
It was like a little bit over or right under $70 billion.
You got to be crazy not to take that. Hell yeah. Go ahead. You like he wasn't doing anything with your properties. Why not? Go ahead. Take that money.
Right. $73 billion deal.
Right. Exactly. So they crazy not to take that.
He'd be stupid for to not take this deal. So okay, so we are all really super excited about all the potential that could possibly happen to this deal. Of course, Miao-Yin is being Miss Pessimistic over there and not really.
Excuse me. No,
excuse you what?
Pessimistic. I said look, I am happy about the deal, but I am cautiously optimistic. So that means that I'm not fitting to take my shirt off and run down the street and scream yay. What I am saying is I'm happy that the deal is coming home. I'm happy my X-Men are back with Marvel, with Marvel Studios and all that stuff.
Right.
But I don't know what the hell they're going to do with it. I don't know. It's an unknown. So I'm not going to sit here and act like everything's going to be gravy when, there are some Marvel films that I do not like. So I'm not going to get on that train and be like, it's going to be perfect. No, especially if they keep the same cast members that they had for X-Men.
Which more than likely they're not. So
no, they said X-Men is getting recast. That's it. I heard they're recasting everything except for Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds is confirmed to be the only one to stay as Deadpool. Everybody else is getting wiped out.
That's why I'm still saying I'm cautiously
optimistic. Hold up. Go ahead, GQ.
Oh, no, I was just gonna tell her to do it for the Vine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do it for the gram. Absolutely.
But,
hey, you know what? Make sure to cover all the naughty bits with our with the little ward icon too. Just saying. Just saying. We don't need to get flagged.
In all honesty, they're very smart keeping Ryan Reynolds, obviously, because he's already proved himself to be marketing gold anyway with, just some of the Deadpool stuff that's happened today. So, I mean...
That is true.
I don't mind them cleaning house. I have zero problem with that because as much as I like McAvoy as Xavier, as much as I like Fassbender as Magneto, they bring with them that old stench of this is how Fox did things. And it's like the only one that really worked was Deadpool, and that's because Ryan Reynolds, took the reins and ran with it. So I don't know, man. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do.
I know what they're going to do. Right now, they got a picture of Bryan Singer and throwing darts on it, like, do not follow his steps. He fucked it up for X-Men. Do not follow this loser.
Wow. Yeah.
Word around the campfire. With this being the thing, I wouldn't mind seeing James McAvoy become Edward Nygma in the future DC project if they ever get their shit together.
They could do that. Here's what I think would be interesting.
What's that?
Because Kevin Feige has been at this for over 11 years now, because obviously the MCU started, before Iron Man started, the whole plan. I think it would be really interesting now that they got James Gunn back in the fold. And given the way he thinks, given the way he deals with varieties of characters, I think it would be interesting if after Guardians 3 is done, they start letting James Gunn be the second to Kevin Feige in the X-Men universe.
Wow.
And let him essentially, Kevin Feige is the overseer, so he oversees all of it, how it connects, but let James Gunn be the guy for X-Men and that side of things.
That would be really interesting. That would be really interesting.
Really, really good.
You know what also might be a very interesting thing to do is because we know Joss Whedon has previously done stuff for the MCU, right? But let's not forget that Joss Whedon wrote a very good run of Marvel Comics for the X-Men. It was Astonishing X-Men? I think back in the day.
X-Men, yep.
Yeah, it was Astonishing X-Men. It was like in mid to early 2000s. It was a really critically acclaimed book. It was really well done. I think Whedon wrote with Frank Quitely doing the art of when Jean actually died for the last time. Like she actually died and stayed dead. Even though she's back now, so I shouldn't say she stayed dead because she's actually back. But I'm just saying. Whedon could also possibly come back in the fold, but and also, what's his name? There was another very prominent Marvel writer that they just brought back. No. Bendis is over at DC. I'm talking about there was a prominent Marvel writer that just kind of came back in the fold, and he's rumored to actually be attached to the X-Men now that they're going to be back with.
I read that.
I forget what the name was. You guys out there in the comments, do us a favor, track that down, find it, put it in there. No, it's not Bendis. It's somebody else.
So it's a new guy for the Uncanny X-Men books, right? The new guy for the Uncanny X-Men books.
No, I think it was somebody else. I think it's somebody else. It's not.
It's only one guy doing Uncanny X-Men, but he switched over. It was,
there's a guy that's writing that, but it's not him. It's somebody else that actually wrote for them before.
Is it Chris Claremont?
No, it's not Claremont. It's not Claremont.
Okay.
It's not Bendis. It's not any of them. It's somebody else that was I don't think it was Jonathan Hickman either. It was somebody really prominent, a very good Marvel writer, someone that wrote a really, really awesome run of the comics, and it wasn't very long ago. But he's rumored to actually be attached to some future MCU X-Men projects. But I'm really excited for that. But let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing I wanted to talk about it was what's the future of Fox IPs. We talked a lot about Marvel, and we're really excited about Marvel, but let's talk about the Fox properties that they're getting in the fold now. They've got a bunch of TV properties, they've got a bunch of movie properties. We got Alien, we got Predator, we've got Chronicles of Narnia, we got James Cameron's Avatar, we got Battle Angel Alita too. That's Quiet as It Kept, she's now in the fold. Mr. Rigor Mortis, no, it's not Tim Miller. That's not the name that I remember. I'm gonna try and go and find it too. But what do you guys think of the future of the Fox IPs? Miao Yin, let's turn it over to you. What do you think the future is with the Fox IPs now?
I don't know. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I want to see what they're gonna do with the animation shows that they had. Like
they
which
had
ones? A lot of good. The Simpsons. I don't know. They have Family Guy and all of those that would.
Yeah, Family Guy and American Dad and all those. Yes.
And like Futurama and all of those, I don't know, Bob's Burgers, all that kind of, no, not Bob's Burgers. But those shows, which I just thought of Bob's Burgers, but those shows, they're still popular. People still watch them. People still like them. I hate to say it, The Simpsons can be laid to rest. We're the same age, and I think it's run its course. But I don't know. Are they going to still run them? Are they going to still have, what is it, FXX that just basically runs The Simpsons like half of the day, 6 times a week?
Since you brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and go back in the chat because I posted this earlier. This is all of what Fox got in the deal. They got National Geographic. They got all of the FX channels. So that's FX and FXX. They got all of those, and even the Fox Movies channel, they got that. They got 20th Century Fox, the film studio. They got 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, Fox Searchlight Pictures, 20th Century Fox Television, the Blue Sky Network, Endemol Shine Group, Star, and of course, controlling interest in Hulu. So that's all what they got in the deal as far as like all the
what
properties.
I'm saying is, like, I don't know what Disney would even do with some of like the Fox animation stuff, because their animation is more targeted toward kids, and while Fox's animation is young adults and adult animation. So, right. I mean, I don't know how you put that on. That's not something I've ever seen from Disney, so I don't know how to react to it, and I don't know what to think about it.
All they have to do is do it like a block of shows, just like Adult Swim used to be a block of shows on Cartoon Network. With as many channels as they basically have, they could open up an entire Fox animation channel if they wanted to.
That's what I was about to say. Bring back the Saturday morning.
It's going to change.
Yeah, bring back Saturday mornings. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to, like Dido said, I don't think it's going to change either. Also, hi Rosie, because I saw you said hi in the chat. All y'all go out there and get your top-notch grizzly if you got a beard.
Indeed.
Just let it be known. But no, in all honesty, they like Dido said, they don't have to change anything, because if you look at Star Wars, you don't see a Disney logo anywhere and on anything. Like maybe at the very, very, very end in the credits, but like, as much to my, dismay, they didn't like have the Millennium Falcon getting chased around Cinderella's castle, by a TIE fighter in the logo. I thought that would have been awesome.
That would have been pretty sweet.
But they are pretty much the hand behind the curtain. They don't really, jump out and say, "Hey, brought to you by Disney." They just do what they let it do.
Right. See, so I say that because I don't know if they're going to keep everything as FX and all of that kind of stuff on there, or are they going to somehow change it toward Disney, because there is an entity of Fox that still exists. So I'm like, how does it all wrap up?
The Fox stuff that exists doesn't really count anymore. Like, it's sports, and I don't even know if you can call it news. So I mean, it's kind of like that's all they got left. It's like they got sports and they got news.
That's it, and that's it.
But it's still, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out. Like, so is 20th Century Fox going to still be 20th Century Fox?
Yes.
But it's just owned by Disney?
Correct.
Kind of like how Lucasfilms is. Correct. Lucasfilms is owned by Disney, but.
Well, I know how that is, but Lucasfilms never had like their own TV networks and stuff like that. So that was right. But so
I think I'm just talking about like the movie side of stuff, because the TV side of stuff, I don't think the Fox TV station that shows The Simpsons and all that other stuff is going to change. They're just going to keep producing those shows and keep coming up with shows.
We'll see. Simpsons better.
But here's the thing. That stayed with what's going to be called New Fox, like the Fox broadcast channel, the main one that we have on basically terrestrial TV, that stayed with them. So Disney doesn't have that, but they do own the content that's on it. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying Disney owns the content on it, right?
It's still a name, so they will still have. Fox News will still be Fox News. So will Disney change FX? Will they change their channel?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I wonder. It is.
That's what I'm wondering about.
It is very interesting to see what they're going to do with that. If they're going to rebrand it, some kind of Disney style, or give it some kind of edgy name to go along with.
They don't really need to, though. If they got their streaming service that's coming around and they're putting a lot of new stuff on there, their entire back catalog, why would they need to change anything in that aspect? I mean, granted, Fox doesn't need to exist anymore if you think about it. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think the subsidiary, Fox just basically became a subsidiary of Disney. So
they're going to call it Doc.
It's just kind of like back in the day where, Ford owned fucking Mercury and Lincoln, or GM that had all their, GM owned friggin' Saab. They didn't friggin' throw the Saab name away. Saab had his cars, it had his logo, it had all that stuff until whatever happened to make Saab go away. I just think it's a subsidiary, and a lot of stuff is probably not going to change in that aspect.
It's going to be called Fisney.
on the streaming side, that makes sense because they don't, on the streaming side, none of that will matter, but they still have those cable channels, and that will matter. That's different.
That's what I mean. I just don't think that because Disney still does have a cable channel. They got the Disney Channel, Disney Plus or whatever. Not Disney Plus. What the fuck it is? Disney. They got. I don't think that's. I don't think. I mean, if you take FX and keep the adult shows, in my understanding, there's a lot of adult content shows that's on FX and FXX, like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Archer, stuff like that. Those are adulty stuff, and Disney, they do separate their adult stuff from their kids stuff. Like back in the day, when I found out that Touch Tone was Disney, I found out that's the stuff that they put out that was not quite adult, but not Disney stuff. And then they had Miramax. That's the shit that they put out that was rated R stuff. I just think it's going to be, like I said, it's not going to change. It's going to depend on what show is being where are they going to put out there. Oh, is it for kids? Disney. Oh, is it for general audience? Probably on Disney Plus. Oh, if it's a little bit more hardcore, Hulu, FX, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. But see, so for example, when Paramount bought Spike TV, now that's Paramount Network. They didn't keep it as Spike TV, even though they kept showing the same crap.
Right.
They didn't change
that's true.
Each company is going to be different. Like, for example, I bought a controlling stake in McDonald's. I didn't change the name, because McDonald's is a great brand. So I think what it is with Disney is they have the brand of Fox. Fox still has a pretty strong pedigree in the entertainment business. So they're going to allow that pedigree to continue. It's just they're making all the money off of that name now. They own everything related to it, everything connected to it. So it's just leave it, like Dido said, leave it the same, because it's like, realistically, the only thing changing is who the checks are going to.
Right. I mean, technically, there are some people. They're like what they say, like 4,000 people, I think, are losing their job. But for the most part, the operations are going to stay the same. Like, Disney doesn't interfere in their new holdings. They kind of let them run the way they've always run. They're just the ones writing the check now. Huh? What's that?
Unless they suck somehow.
Unless they suck, right? Unless they feel like there's some room for improvement, they pretty much just leave it alone. They just deal with it. So
Ed's over there having some type of difficulties.
He is, and that's kind of what I pointed him to the YouTube channel in hopes that in hopes he'll come on over if he hasn't followed us on YouTube. And all of you out there, if you're watching, if you're kind of like lurking in the chat and you haven't chatted up yet, we still love you, but we want to make your voices heard. We also want you to hop over to our YouTube and subscribe to us over there and watch over there too, and also vote on our polls, which John P did for us, which is awesome.
Big James brought up a really good point. He said he's hoping for a better Marvel vs. Capcom.
Hey, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that.
And you could also throw Predator and some other characters in there too now.
That's true. That's true.
Next Marvel comic crossover event: Alien versus Predator versus Avengers.
That's very. Hey, give me the Xenomorph versus the Brood in the X-Men. Can we get that? Can we make that happen, please? Because the Brood was just pretty much just a xenomorph, xenomorph allegory, so it might as well be. Mr. Rigor Mortis is over there saying, let's get a really good Independence Day now, because the last one was trash, and I have to admit, the last one was complete trash.
It just didn't need to be made.
It didn't even need to be made. They was just really just trying to bank off nostalgia with that. That's all they were trying to do.
Messed up joke coming in.
So let's replace all the Will Smith movies with Idris Elba.
Hey, Miao Yin ain't gonna mind, right? She'll be all for that. That one's
Will Smith, but let's make that happen.
Right.
I have to give credit. Will Smith was the shit in Independence Day, but the first movie.
Oh yeah, you better stipulate that. Yeah, you better stipulate that.
Well, don't get me wrong. The second one.
Yeah, he wasn't even the second one, but still.
Right, but here's the thing: that was the birth of Will Smith playing Will Smith, though. That's where.
Right, absolutely.
True. Like that was like the role that was like, okay, like Will can do anything as long as he's just him.
Let's
right.
say
You know, and it's like, and then we kind of wound up Wild West, and we know how that went.
And a giant spider, mechanical spider.
Yeah. Waffles is joining.
Waffles in the chat over on YouTube. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Then we in trouble now. Anyway,
I want to see a Hancock sequel with Idris Elba.
Was that a Fox movie? I don't remember. Was that a Fox movie? I don't remember.
Was it?
I have it. I'd have to double check.
Yeah, go double check on that. Hancock.
Hancock. Yeah, let's check. Hold on.
Let's check.
Yeah.
But no,
check right now.
Y'all mentioned something earlier. I was trying to remember what it was because it was something pertaining to movies and some of the IPs and that sort of thing. And I can't quite remember.
Sorry, it was not a Fox movie. Columbia Pictures.
Columbia.
Yeah, so that's Sony.
Hey, Disney gonna be buying Sony next.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Sony, I hear, is the next thing because this whole Sony company is
Hey,
kind of going down
come
the
on.
tubes.
Come on. Hey, you know what?
Except for the PlayStation division, Sony TVs, cell phones, movies, all of it, from my understanding, is kind of down and going down. So they might.
Yeah, the electronics is booming, but at the picture side, I don't know.
Now here's the thing. Now let's keep this in perspective. They got all of Star Wars, including ILM, for $4 billion. So how much do you think Sony and Spider-Man is going to cost them? Because again, they don't need to buy PlayStation. That's crazy. That'd be a horrible idea to even try. But just for them essentially to just buy Sony's movie division, because this is Sony, Columbia, Sony Picture Classic Pictures or Picture Classics, whichever it is, and that's it. And then
it's not going to be as much as that deal.
I don't know, man. I wonder if that would only cost them maybe like $10 billion to get all of
roughly.
that.
I don't see them like costing a whole lot. Like not as much as buying Fox, no.
So basically, like after the box office for the first 2 weekends of Endgame, and they'd be like, here, take our pocket change. We want to get Sony as well.
Right, because Disney got money under the mattress. Y'all don't know that though.
For real though.
Under the mattress, man, Scrooge's money bin is real.
Yeah, absolutely, dog. Yes, absolutely. It's for real.
That's
so no,
the head of Disney lies.
Right. So we talked a little bit about the future of the Fox IPs, but let's bring it back. What's how do you feel? I mean, now that it's I had that one already. Oh shoot! My other questions didn't come up. I'm sorry. But one of the other questions that I had, and I'll put that away until I can actually get it to come up. One of the other questions I have for you all is I wanted to know. Shoot, where is it? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm drawing a blank. I'm going to the other screen. Sorry. I'm screwing the flow. Screwing the flow. Sorry. All right. So now that they have all of these different properties, does this sweeten the deal? Does this make you want to possibly go ahead and get Disney Plus? I know some people feel some kind of way about streaming services, but they have a lot at their disposal now, and some of their theatrical releases that they feel are a little bit weaker. I was watching a video on CNBC on YouTube earlier today, talking about the deal, and they're saying that Disney could have anywhere from 50 to 60% of the market share of movies throughout the year, and which is quite a lot, but
true.
But to basically maybe push some people to subscribe to their streaming service, they might take those theatrical releases and just push them straight to the streaming service and get people to sign up that way. So if they were to do something like that, would that sweeten the deal? Does this deal make you guys want to get Disney Plus at all now? No, GQ, I'm going to ask you first. Okay. I was going to ask GQ first because he's streaming averse for the most part.
He's not gonna stream anything.
Well, I just have to ask anyway. But would this?
It's coming out on Blu-ray somewhere in this world. I'll just import it.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. All right. Fine.
Here's what would get me to sign up for it, because again, old movies will never be a selling point for me.
Okay.
Because usually 9 times out of 10 I already have them, so that's never going to be a selling point for me. The only thing that's going to sell me on a Disney Plus or whatever it is that they're going to end up calling it is the Loki show, the Scarlet Witch thing, like any of that new content that's Marvel related or even Star Wars related. If you do a Knights of the Old Republic Star Wars TV show,
they are.
Oh, they are doing that.
They are
with
that will get me to buy it. That will get me to sign up
and it's being done. It's being done. Get this by the showrunners of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So you know how lit that's going to be.
That's what you got to do. You got to get me with new stuff that I cannot get anywhere else. Now, here's where you're going to lose me. If you bring them shows out and I watch them, and then within 3 months you release the Blu-rays on, seasons on Blu-rays, then you'll lose me because then I'm like, okay, I can just wait. So if they keep them exclusive for a year or something crazy like that, where like it would not come out on any physical media for a year, then you'll have a paying customer out of me. Outside of that, I will still continue to do what I've always done. I'll buy it on Blu-ray, or if I got to import it from Europe, I'll import it from Europe.
Yep, and more than likely Disney would do that. Like they have no qualms about like waiting out something like that to where it's like, get the numbers for these streaming services. We'll push the show out like on home media in about a year from now, or whatever. And it's just like, because it's like even with what was it? Is there any like home media at all for Cloak and Dagger? And they're about to come up on their second season?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? I don't think so yet.
There you go.
They haven't officially released. They haven't officially released over here a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. past season 2. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised to hear that.
They have not released anything past season 2, like over here in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All of the Netflix stuff, now granted that's separate, because that's Netflix or whatever. You got up to Daredevil season 2, Luke Cage season 1, Jessica Jones season 1, and that's it. Like they're not even really worried about that. Like you said, they're like, look, they can live on the streaming, and that's it. Oh goodness, Marcus.
Cloak and Dagger has not been released.
Yep, Marcus. Yeah. I don't buy anything on DVD anymore. Everything is Blu-ray and above.
Right.
We've been looking at like,
hey, look, man,
like,
don't
this format. I'm not familiar with this format anymore.
Right, man. Do not disc shame our watchers here. Some people can only afford to get the DVDs. They can't afford.
All right, no disc shaming. It's like, look, you get your movie how you get your movie, okay?
Exactly.
You're eventually gonna have to upgrade if you want to get that extended cut. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
the price difference between like $4 and $2 though.
But some people don't have
like the premium.
Yeah, but
right now it's like the 4K stuff.
Like I said, I'm not dissing him. I'm correcting what he said. He said I own the stuff on DVD, and I don't do DVDs anymore. As far as the price, though, there's 3 different price tiers going on right now. Most DVDs, if it's DVD only, no digital, it usually is going to come out at about $12 to $14 or $15 per disc. When they come out. Blu-ray, when it comes out on the first week, can be anywhere from $17.99 up to about $24 or $25.99, just depending on where you go. Yeah. And after that first week is up, that Blu-ray will jump up to about $27.99, maybe $29.99, depending. 4K Blu-ray, which usually only comes as a combo pack with the 4K Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray, and digital code, starts at around $29.99 to about as high as $37.99 if you get steel books and stuff like that. So that's the price point. Anywhere from $35 to $40 on the high end, all the way down to about $9.99 somewhere in some places, $12.99 in other places for DVDs only. But more often than not, every single version of these, whether it be a DVD, a Blu-ray, or a 4K, comes with a digital code as well. So that's essentially what you're looking at. And again, the only reason I gave up on DVD is because a DVD on a 4K TV looks terrible. You literally can see how bad it looks compared to like and again, when Blu-ray first came out, Dido and I went through this whole comparison. I literally brought over the what was it?
Casino Royale.
I brought over Casino Royale on DVD and Blu-ray, and we literally set them up side by side just to see how much of a difference and how much of a bump it was. And it's like, that whole difference that we saw in that is what I feel now between 4K and DVD. It's so far apart that it's like it hurts to look at sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like VHS and DVD.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those things.
I mean, I wanted to say it's probably the same comparison between DVD and Blu-ray, because like between DVD and VHS, like that was a huge bump,
dude. It's huge, because just the thing that we remember on a Casino Royale, I just remember they were doing a scene in the beginning where they was doing that whole fight thing, and it was showing like a helicopter shot, like a pan over of like the people. On DVD, it looked like friggin' Vaseline smeared on the fucking thing, and then on Blu-ray, you could actually see the actual people. Yep. So,
oh yeah, I remember those days.
See how bad the dude's makeup job was.
Oh my god!
Like you know, the bomb maker or whatever. The Blu-ray was too clear. Now they've gotten to the point where they understand it's like, no, you can't half-ass it no more. You have to make it look great.
Right.
So 4K, true 4K HDR and all of that, when it's really done well,
it looks amazing.
It's untouchable.
Absolutely.
Can I say that I'm mildly moved, like just a small inch moved, if they only have, like, if they stop putting certain films in theaters, then I might consider getting their service.
Here's the thing, though. When you're as big as Disney and you have the distribution channels they have, there's no upside to just releasing a film only on streaming. Because there totally is so much at the box office, and then it comes to streaming.
You know what's going to happen, though? You know what's going to happen? Okay, outside of Frozen 2 and the Toy Story sequels, back in the day, as you remember, and now if this streaming service was not now, and back then, you would have saw the Pocahontas 2, the Lion King 2, the Little Mermaid 2, the Aladdin 2, all that stuff. So I think the streaming, like you said, the stuff that's blockbuster is going to be in the theater. I think, like, okay, so I hear that New Mutants, like you said, I think is going on the streaming service.
That's what the rumor is, yes.
The rumor. So, like, if something like that happens, it's probably going to be things that, if they released it in the theater, they could probably make some money on it, maybe, but they just think that, you know, putting it out on these streaming services it's more people are probably going to look at it. Kind of like how Netflix is doing. Netflix is putting out movies that are theater movies like this that can
Roma.
Be in the theater,
like Roma,
right.
like Roma.
But
they won a bunch of awards. And you know, to GQ's point, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say, to GQ's point, you know, it wouldn't be much of a benefit to them, you know, because they have, you know, the great distribution channels. But at the same time, doesn't it cost them a lot of money because they have to split profits with the theaters themselves in order to recoup whatever costs they have to get? If they put it on Disney Plus, like, that's 100% pure profit, especially if it drives subscribers to that thing. You know, that could be like a small write-off for them. You know, where they're getting by month, they're getting a bunch of subscriber money. Like, they can make literally millions per month off of putting that one movie on the streaming service. That could be the bonus for them, and they wouldn't have to split the profits with anyone.
Let me break this down for you real quick. You do remember that this is the same company that told theaters you will run Star Wars in at least 4 or 5 of your biggest theaters.
No, I remember that, but they still have to pay them. They still have to pay them.
Worried about paying the theater?
Yeah, but dude, what do you always say?
I think I'm looking at it a different way. I'm not so much looking at them having to pay the theaters and all this kind of stuff, because they did that with Star Wars because they wanted to crush their competition in a certain way. Right now, they have a vendetta against Netflix. And they want to crush them. They want to make them not exist or just small
or lessen their market share. Right.
So even with Netflix bringing out the, you know, movies that we would usually go to the theater to watch, and, you know, Academy Award worthy movies and all that kind of stuff is what people are saying right now. They will do that to crush Netflix, to get people up, you know, on their streaming service and all, because there is a huge following and love, and good grief, I live in Florida. Like, there's a cult of Disney, and there are people that don't care about anything that's going on. Day one, if they said you can pre-order now, they are already on it, and they are going to buy whatever Disney says they're going to buy. Period. They have that. They have that done. But Netflix is still a thorn in their side. So I think that they would take the risk of, and you know, they might do something crazy like put it on a streaming service, but then put it in theaters overseas that don't have access to certain streaming services and stuff like
Netflix.
That. Yeah. So I think that is what they will do. And me, like, I'm just going to be 100% honest. Netflix has a lot of good movies and has a lot of good original shows, but I know Hulu does not have good movies, period. They just don't. No. I'm just gonna be really
original stuff.
Not original,
just their library in general isn't that good.
Yeah, the other night
I never really looked.
We were looking for a good movie
it's not
to
good.
watch, and we
it's
ended up watching Rent.
Yeah, do not go to Hulu looking for a good.
Hulu is for TV shows and stuff like that. So maybe Disney might beef up their movie selection and stuff like that. But
here's okay, and this is why I'm not discounting anything that you just said, because what you're saying makes a ton of sense. 100% makes sense. I'm just saying. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, yes, for some of those lesser sequels, some of those movies that just aren't like. Again,
I love how you said lesser sequels, man. I love that.
Dude, Aladdin: Return of Jafar had commercial break pauses in it.
It sure did. It sure did. It sure did.
That was clearly made for television.
Yeah.
So those particular things can hit that streaming service all day long. But you know full well there's never going to be an MCU movie that premieres on their streamer. It's not going to happen because
no, absolutely not.
Money on the table.
Absolutely not. No,
too much money to leave on the table. Because yes, you can make a ton of money on streamers, but let's be real. At the end of the day, you're not going to get all of a country's population. You just can't. So there's going to always be money that you just cannot get to. But when it comes to theater release, that's a much wider net that you can cast, and you can just set it out there and let the money come. Because come on, Captain Marvel is almost at $1 billion, and you ain't even hit the end of the second week yet.
Yeah,
wow. That's true.
That's true.
That makes zero sense.
All right, last comment. Last comment. Go ahead.
It is what it is right now. Like they have to catch up. They have to play catch up with the streaming game, because while they own a lot in Hulu, their biggest rival is Netflix, and Prime is a good contender because people can literally buy movies on Prime.
Where's Netflix based out of?
California, I think.
Okay, movies.
They're based out of California.
Man, Disney might end up buying California by next year.
Really?
Come on, they about to open that Star Wars park sometime this year.
That's very true. They're gonna make bank on that.
They're gonna put a couple $1 billion on first ticket sales alone, because I will be there. Doggone it! Yeah. I'm going to Star Wars land. I don't care what y'all say.
Make sure you go live when you do it too, unless they will arrest you.
They
doing
probably
that.
Won't let nobody. They probably won't even let you bring a cell phone in there.
They probably won't.
They'll give you a lightsaber. They'll give you a lightsaber and a communicator, and that'll be it.
Oh, that'd be fun. Full immersion. That'd be pretty dope. Actually,
just telling you a stakeholder, and they're probably like, okay, come on here.
That's
right.
Yeah. So anyway, last thing.
Hold on, real quick, Kenan. Just to the kind of touch on, we was talking about the X-Men writer. I believe it was Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, I think it was Jonathan Hickman. So
that sounds about right. Yeah,
that would be interesting though. Yeah, but yeah. As you were, sir.
All right, so the next thing, the last thing on this topic before we move off of it altogether and move on to something else. Damn, look, we've almost spent an entire hour just riffing on this whole deal, and we ain't even broke a sweat yet. We could still keep on going. But what the final thing I wanted to ask concerning the Disney buys Fox deal is, what do you guys think the fallout of this deal will be like? And what I mean by that is, will there be will the streaming market kind of further encroach on, movie studios now that Disney is really beefing up Disney Plus? Will, there be another big media consolidation to kind of combat, Comcast, Universal, and AT&T, Time Warner, and now Disney and Fox? What do you guys think the fallout of this deal is going to be, if any at all?
All I can say is when it comes to that, I mean, I think it very much could put definitely a significant dent in the streaming market, because the thing is, the Disney Plus has a lot, has a lot to look forward to get people to sign up, because I mean, they just have a plethora of content that you get involved in. So the thing is, it might kind of impede a little bit on some of the other ones. I mean, obviously, they're definitely going to be petty toward Netflix. I mean, we've already seen that, and you also going to have the AT&T side, because they're going to be trying to push up stuff since they acquired Time Warner last year. And it's, I don't know if it's going to be if this is essentially going to lead into other media companies trying to follow suit to what Disney is, because let's face it, a lot of what Disney has been doing for like quite some time, like a lot of other companies have been trying to follow suit, and a lot of times doesn't really pan out for them. So it's just like, okay, now you guys just basically wasted money trying to compete in the market where like you really didn't have a foothold in it anyway. So there's a lot of potential to be like for it to be really good, but depending on what kind of other decisions other media companies are going to make, it's really going to be telling, because the thing is that one of the bad habits that they really have, like especially in media, it's like it's a lot of monkey see, monkey do in the entertainment industry. So it's like when it comes to that, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more people trying to throw their hat in the race, and it's just kind of like, dude, like you're like a really just a small fish trying to go into a big pond. It's like, a lot of things can happen when it comes to that. So
okay,
that's how
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Anybody else?
I think I would have to just push back on. I think, and this is me, I know some people gonna disagree with me, but when AT&T did the whole Time Warner deal, I think that was Disney looking like, oh crap, we need to do this. So it was kind of like them doing the monkey see, monkey do, and they just had their plan was a little different. And because Disney is more centered in entertainment and stuff like that, they're not a telecommunications company. They got more than AT&T was able to. I'll just leave it shortly at that. The only thing I see, and again, I'm going to be watching it because it's going to be interesting to see how they really get into this streaming world. It's uncharted territory for them. They really want to bring down the leader in it right now. So yeah, it could either go really well or really bad for them. And I will also say I don't see them encroaching on anything, because even if you do streaming services or streaming shows and all that kind of stuff, you need to make it in a film studio. And now Disney has a bunch of them. So I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. I think that's actually an asset to them for their ambitious goals of becoming the top streaming service. I just wonder how they're going to do it and still keep that, if they're going to try to change their image, because Disney has never needed to change their image. They had other people doing it, but with Disney Plus, how are they gonna form it? How is it gonna be laid out? So I don't think it's gonna be backlash. I just think it's gonna be, how does it work? And, you know, parental controls and all that kind of stuff, because when people think of Disney, they think of family stuff, which I don't, but a lot of people do. So
here's how it's going to work. They're going to be like, sign up for Hulu and get 10 or 20% off of Disney Plus. They're going to get a whole bunch of
baby.
Because of their insane stake in Hulu, they're going to be able to leverage deals for Hulu subscriptions and signups, Disney signups for like whatever the Disney Plus service is going to be. Those initial months of them rolling out are going to just be like, dude, who the hell let Oprah like run their whole committee of this is how we give stuff away? Because I think it's going to be that they're going to saturate the market with, we're putting our foot in it, and Netflix go F off, basically. Because
true, but back in the day they did that with Netflix. So, and now Netflix is their biggest enemy. So
no.
Are they going to turn that into something else? Because they had more shares and stuff like that in Netflix, and somewhere along the line the deal went sour, and now they're just like, you know what? We're going to take this company down. So is that going to be a repeat with Hulu?
No. Hulu, they've already got, I think, 60% of Hulu. So they're already controlling. They're already controlling in that.
I mean, okay.
Again, I don't know what it's going to be. Realistically, Disney Plus will probably be the only streaming service I actually subscribe to. So that's a whole different thing, different thing in and of itself. As far as Fallout, this is what I finally remembered. James Cameron is going to get his butt chewed out. And he probably ain't gonna get him. He probably is not going to get a chance to make Avatar as quickly as he would like now, since he was trying to talk trash about superhero movies. So,
yeah, there is that. There is that.
Hopefully, do we really need another Avatar movie?
No,
I mean,
we really don't. But
I mean,
you told the story.
This is how I look at it. Okay. The first Avatar did what it did because the 3D technology was new. It's supposed to be new epic and all that or whatever. And it
was a big, beautiful lullaby because I fell asleep every time I watched it.
The movie double.
It was a big, beautiful lullaby.
Now, the only way this movie is going to even remotely see the numbers and it's really not, because again, the movie had like 2 releases, but it's like, the thing is they're going to have like very superb writing in the second movie for anybody really be interested, because a lot of people who did see the movie, a lot of them can't even remember a really memorable moment from the movie.
Not only that, it's like about 2 or 3 sequels.
Right. And it's just like, dude, like, how long ago was the first Avatar? Like, this is like, what, 7 years ago? Like, roughly? And it was just like, dude, like...
the first Avatar was before the MCU, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it was way longer ago. So... Yeah. But yeah, like, it's just like at this point, it's like, dude, folks really going to be looking at, do we even need another? I mean, do I even care about watching this? Because you got to think about, folks are really critical about stuff nowadays. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, if if Cameron just be petty enough and just cancel it. I don't know. Like,
Cameron can go have a seat. With Spielberg and some others.
Because is he trying to bank on like 3D tech or something for this movie? Cause
he better not. Because the thing
I don't know.
Like, he better not, because
3D is done.
Of a movie nowadays, like that's very much an option. Whether
the 3D section at Best Buy is literally one of those cardboard stand-ups.
Yeah, it's a ghost town, man. It's non-existent.
It's only got like 9 little cutout spots. That's it.
Hey, man, look, I was one of those people that I got a Vizio 3D TV on the low, on the cheap, and I did really enjoy it while I had it. It was fun watching like Life of Pi and some of the other like Star Trek movies and some of the Marvel movies. Yeah, Life of Pi, man.
Whatever.
It was pretty good as a 3D movie. Doctor Strange, when it first came out in 3D, I was super hyped to have it. That was like one of the last 3D movies ever, and yeah. But I went ahead and gave it to my daughter. She's got it at school, and She doesn't.
Avatar now in 3D.
She doesn't even. Yeah, she doesn't even use the 3D. She doesn't even use the 3D aspect of it, which pretty much tells you everything. So anyway, moving right along. A lot. Really, we covered a lot on the Disney Fox deal, and I feel kind of proud that we didn't really delve into all of the what ifs about Marvel, because we wanted to. We really wanted to talk about all the stuff that's going to happen with the MCU, but we kind of made sure we kind of managed somehow to stay away from it. But let's move on.
Talking about that,
I know, right? So one of the other things that did kind of come out of this deal, is that Disney has wrested control back of the Star Wars video game properties and has resurrected Lucas Games, which I'm like super excited about. Like, having Lucas Games back and taking control of the Star Wars properties. Maybe we'll get an X-Wing. Maybe we'll get X-Wing back. I don't know. I'm like, I would kill for a brand new X-Wing on PC. I would kill for it. It would be so good. Or maybe we'll get some Indiana Jones games, or I don't know, some other Lucasfilm, games. But either way,
I just thought about something. Can you imagine like a new Indiana Jones made with Crystal Dynamics?
Well,
first off, let's just let y'all know there's only there's only ever been one good Indiana Jones game, and that was Temple of Doom arcade.
Yeah.
Every other Indiana Jones game, and I don't know, I'm not sure if Dinos played them, but all the other Indiana Jones games have been terrible.
Well, some of them
weren't they good? Because the ones for Super Nintendo, weren't they made by the same people that did like Super Star Wars, Super Return of the Jedi, Super Empire State?
They tried, but they didn't make any sense.
Right.
I played a couple of them. I'm just like, what are you supposed to do? It was almost as cryptic as that Atari 2600 Indiana Jones.
There was a Indiana Jones games on PC I think was pretty good. I never got to play it, but it was pretty good.
You're remembering. This is the Mandela effect. You're remembering something.
The Mandela effect. Mandela effect. What is this?
No, straight up. You're remembering something that does not exist. There has never been a good Indiana Jones game outside of that one arcade game. All the other ones have just been like, dude, this ain't indie. This makes no sense.
Okay, all right. So you say
every single piece? Come on now. Every single PC Indiana Jones game was trying to be like a James Bond game, and it was trying to come out and be like connected but not quite connected to the movies. To be like Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, or Indiana Jones in like the basement with only one door. And I'd be like, what the heck, dude? What is this? What is this? Like, can I get Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom? Can I get Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark? Can I get Last Crusade? It's something that I'm familiar with, so when I play the game, I have a rough idea of this is what I need to be doing. Man, the other games is just like Indiana Jones walked through the door and saw a man in a red shirt.
Yeah, Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventure. I mean, it's just a side-scrolling platformer for Super Nintendo. It looks just very similar to the Star Wars one. So, I mean, platformers are kind of hard to fuck up. Even though they have done so, and I'm not saying they haven't done it.
Bubsy 3D.
Oh, that was a 3D.
Bubsy 3D. I was just gonna bring that
up. I'm not gonna freaking give that any credit because I mean, granted, it was early in the 3D days. That it was just a terrible fucking game. Period. And I only played the demo.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this looks like it could have been all right. But maybe one day I'll give it a shot if I ever see it.
Yeah, you might as well.
Or decide to emulate it. I might.
Now, if they really want to go crazy, they could do Tomb Raider versus Indy versus Uncharted.
Like in a death battle?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
No, Indiana Jones
Didn't
wins.
they do that already? I don't know if they did that already.
I don't think so, but I'm going to tell you why Indiana Jones wins. Because he survived a nuclear explosion. So.
In a refrigerator. But yeah, he did it.
So you win.
Not with Indiana Jones, but yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the other really hype news of the day. And that was Stranger Things Season 3. The trailer came out. I was really excited to see it. I know Super Nerd Plus was really excited to see it. From Marvel was excited to see it. Dido, did you see it? And I know Miao saw it.
I saw it, but I like the TV show, but I don't get excited over trailers no more. I mean, I'm like, oh, good, it's something.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to waste time talking to you. I'll have to waste time talking to you then. So, Mao Yin, what did you think about the trailer?
I thought it as well. I thought it went well. I was a little confused because I don't know how far ahead they jumped, because obviously these kids are growing up, so they're now teenagers and all that stuff. But it looked really good. There's more monsters, and freaking, it's on the 4th of July, so I'm excited.
Yeah, 4th of July should be really fun. Fallen Marvel, what do you think of the trailer? Yeah, sorry about that. Quiet.
See, I have not watched the trailer because I still have yet to
cut your mic off. Cut the mic off. Cut the mic off. Cut the mic off. Go watch the trailer and come back to me.
I still have yet to watch the show, so I don't want to see this.
Oh my god! Yeah, well, that's right. This guy has not. Oh, this guy hasn't seen.
I haven't watched an episode of the show yet, so
I will say it's really good.
Well, I heard nothing but good things. I have nothing but heard good things. Heard about it. I have just been slow to get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
You need to rectify that like right away. Like, is you know what? No, let me not say anything.
I'm going to get to it this year. I promise. I promise.
I watched the trailer.
Watch at the end of June.
I watched the trailer just now, and I have to say, I'm looking forward to watching Hawkeye's daughter disappear in the middle of that archery scene. That's going to be awesome.
This dude, he watched the wrong trailer. He watched the wrong trailer.
I watched the only trailer that mattered within the
This guy he's watching the wrong trailer.
Really?
I watched
DQ, really? Is this what we're doing right now?
That's exactly what we're doing right now. That was the only.
This is a thinly veiled hint.
This guy.
Stranger Things, and you are working for Disney. Look at you, already putting them down, lifting something else. Look at this. Look at this. I see you, sir.
I'm in the same camp as Fallen Marvel. I haven't even watched the show. I own season 1. I was almost. Here's the funny thing. Every now and again, I walk into Target. They have season 1 on 4K, the entire season on 4K for $20, and I'll be like, I already got season 1 on Blu-ray, but I haven't opened it yet. And the only reason I bought the season on Blu-ray is because it looked like a big VHS tape like container. It was kind of.
It was cool. It was really cool packaging.
But I haven't opened it yet, so it's kind of like I can go ahead and get season 1 and 2 and probably binge them right now. But do I really want to?
Yes.
Because in a month, the most important cinematic event in all time.
Oh, this guy. Hey man. So wait. Stop.
I'm not even trying to put nothing else in my head right now.
Wait, man. So are you telling me you're gonna be at the theater every day for like a good week or 2 straight?
This movie might actually beat my Transformers the movie record because Avengers Infinity War tied it, but this might get 11 watchings in the theater. This might. It's a long movie though. That's
and mind you, this is without AMC A-list or Movie Pass. No, this dude pays his money, and we're not necessarily talking matinee. He'll go full price, not cheating. Because let's we not forget, he is only pocketing. He only is fattening his bottom line. It's like he's just putting it in, and he'll get it back later. You know, with the stock dividends.
That is true.
See.
So, say a cinematic, like something people is waiting for. Is it Pet Sematary?
I don't know. Because
Pet Sematary
comes out next month.
Child's Play comes out.
I thought Child's Play comes out in June.
I don't know. Something. Here's the thing. Whatever it comes out is coming out around Disney movies, and they're going to get slaughtered.
Hellboy?
Don't you love, dude? Hellboy said that thing is a dumpster fire, and that thing is not going to be any good. So,
I mean, the first ones weren't good. So.
I said that about Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
That's very true.
Anyway.
Very true. That's very true.
Anyway.
That's very true.
Here's the thing. Shazam.
Shazam! Just Shazam! Stop it! Shazam!
Wow! Shazam!
No, it's Shazam.
No, stop it! It's not Shazam. It's Shazam. Shazam!
Wow!
By the time, because when does it come out? In April something, or is it?
Yes.
That movie may as well be called Shazam by the time it's done.
Look at this guy.
It gets 1 or 2 weeks worth, and then that movie is about to just be a.
Well, you know what? They're actually doing a very smart thing. Fandango's running, early screenings like a week early. There's some coming out this Friday. I'm actually going to go see it this Friday with the kids.
You know, I just thought about something, and it's kind of petty. Disney's kind of like Disney is kind of petty because I just realized the damn Endgame tickets go on sale like the Tuesday before Shazam comes out.
Wait, what? Wait. Is that confirmed?
They confirmed that. I forgot on what website or whatever, but they said that the Endgame tickets. Let me tell you something. On the 2nd,
he wants some actual. Comes out on the 5th. He wants some verifiable proof of that, like right now. Can you get that for them?
I will be at the theater the second they open it. Matter of fact, I'll be there before the manager. No, I do. My key didn't work, so I'm waiting for you to open the door with your key. Get in there and get these tickets. Because that's what it's going to be. Because I think the list right now is me getting 12 tickets on that day. So
wait.
No, they're not all for him. He's going to get for the rest of us, and we'll be reimbursing him later. He's going to make sure that our seats are later.
It'll be on the day. It'll be reimbursed on the day of the film. In cash.
Oh, you know what? That's right, because this man doesn't do digital. So I can't pay him digitally. I actually have to break open my wallet and get some damn cash out and pay this man in cash. But no, he is going to get us tickets to make sure that we, all of our seats, all of the best seats in the Imagine Super IMAX theater at a prime time.
Here's what I'm trying to decide on that, though.
What's that?
And you're daggone right, L. I'm very childish. Talking about
yes, he is.
Stop it! I'm trying to decide if, because it's going to be 12. 12 goes pretty wide. I'm almost thinking, should we, kind of consolidate and get, 2 rows in front, one row, one section, and then the section in front of that row, or should we just go wide?
But why? I mean, what's the purpose?
Okay, I'm just checking.
I mean, I'm just saying, what's the purpose? We're not going to be talking to the people in front of us anyway. They can just they can sit right next to right down the line like we've always done it. I don't see any. You know what I love about this right now? I said let's talk about Stranger Things season 3, and this guy has completely curved it to Avengers Endgame. I mean, this is what I love. This guy has just completely curved the conversation to something else.
She crazy. I said he's working for Disney, shading Netflix right there, and y'all were going with the charade.
Hey, you asked most of the panel.
I did.
Was not interested in the trailer. Miao Yin said her piece about it and her interest in it. And then we moved on to bigger and better things.
Man, where the hell is Super Nerd Play? No.
And we got the Shazam soundbite.
The Shazam soundbite. Stop it.
Shazam. I am never going to forget that anytime.
Shazam.
I will say you have lost the room.
I have completely.
He definitely took this and spent it on into a way to promote.
I mean, absolutely.
And you fell for it, sir.
I did. You're right. I did completely fall for it because it's easy to fall for what is probably going to be the greatest summer blockbuster movie event of all time. Like when it happens.
April is not summer.
It might as well be.
It's not.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. In movie terms, it is summer. In movie terms, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hey. No. Let me ask Lena this.
Since last year, now April is summer.
Please, it's been that way since the Avengers came out. Get out of here.
Lena, but why in colleges, when you register for the spring semester, it's starting the winter?
Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not with that, Kyle. You tried.
All right. Let GQ talk. Let GQ talk. Hold on. Let GQ talk. Go ahead. Let GQ talk.
It comes out at the end of April. It's going to be in theaters probably till the end of August.
Absolutely. This is what I'm saying.
It's basically going to be summer and spring and fall. It's going to be going across 3 different seasons.
That doesn't make it a summer movie.
Yes, it is. Stop it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hold on. She wants to do this as a poll.
Yeah, is April a part of summer? A poll. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't matter.
Let's do that poll. I'm ready for the April summer.
So wait. No. What the question should be? What the question should be is Avengers Endgame a summer movie? The results will almost resoundingly be yes. I bet you your hater ass was gonna put no just because.
I'm gonna put no for the
yeah, just because.
Now,
right?
It's
No, because yes, it is. Man, stop it. Yes, it is.
Since when was April summer movies?
Oh, she gonna make me go. No.
This is. Look, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say.
Because last year,
typically when the movie
got moved back into April. Last
year, for what movie?
Typically when the movie starts in May, that's usually the kickoff of the summer blockbusters, which is May. It's just that
when it's the last weekend in April, right?
See, y'all about to go. Okay, it's going.
When it's the last weekend in April,
be like, it's a summer movie.
No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that.
It technically counts. Yeah. Would you like to know why the numbers and why the seasons are so fluid? Because we have a person in office that lost by 3 million votes, but he's still the president.
Right, so, exactly.
Okay, so
don't necessarily go the way they're supposed to always go.
Hey, stop. So check this out, right? So I just pulled up a list from Esquire. The best summer movies of 2018, right? Avengers Infinity War started in April 27th, right?
So last year is when it started, is what you're saying.
No. I'm saying that was 2018. So let me go this. So let me go.
Esquire, wait. Esquire is your source?
I mean, it was. I just did it off of Google. It was one of the things that pulled up. Yeah, Esquire was my source because it was the first thing I pulled up from Google. So summer movie season 2017. So I'll look up 2017. Because since you want to go there, since you want to go there
in 2017.
So I'll show you. All right, so I'll show you.
And that did. Was that a summer movie too?
Yeah.
They may as well have tried. They was like, we got to avoid everything else. We're gonna come out at the end of the year, and we're gonna make some money, and they didn't.
All right, so I'm trying to see when the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Actually, hold on a second. Let me go back because I'm so bad.
Volume 2 had weird music.
It
did.
Yeah, I didn't really like Volume 2 that much.
Oh, there he is. Where were you when I needed you? When GQ decided to curb the conversation away from Stranger Things?
He was at a family barbecue. Allow me to get my thing off. There you go.
All right, so basically, summer 2017 started in May, right? But since Avengers Infinity War or Endgame technically comes out on the last weekend of April, which is right before May. We are playing that game. Yes, we are. Well, we have to, but that's the truth.
That's normally a May release. That's normally a May release.
It's normally a May release. The first week.
May is the beginning of summer movies, not April.
No.
But again, they are buying the last couple of days of April,
right,
and letting May get like a little bit of extra bump. I kind of wish that they would have bought like the last. I kind of wish they would have bought the first week of March and added it to February.
This guy.
History Month could be like an actual full month. But they probably won't do that.
So
we've had a leap year. Doesn't it feel like we haven't had a February 29th in like a long time?
It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. So check it out. So LGZ asked, is school out? It's not summer. Well, yes, school is out. College is out at the last week of April. They're done.
Yep.
So yes, it is summer.
It ends in May. Y'all stop because
it's done.
First week.
My daughter was done in April. My daughter was done in April. My daughter was done in April. My daughter was done in April.
I was done in after April.
She goes to Michigan.
And
she was done in April
in Indiana. You can look up the schedule.
Her classes done.
Yeah, her classes were done.
Semester over because that's two different things.
Her classes were done. Look,
my classes will be done before April ends, but the semester closes in May.
Hold on. Wait. You're literally going by that rule?
No,
I know, right?
That's what he just said, though.
But you understand why they do that, right?
Yes, I do. But the semester is this. This is Kenshiero's logic here.
I understand that, but here's what you're saying, and this is what Elle is also alluding to.
Right.
Once classes are done, school is done.
Exactly.
The semester might be written by the registrar to end like a week after.
Right.
Mainly to get them people that
but school is done. It's done. Done.
Hey, once school is done and you can legally say,
I might be a smart person. Kenshiro, your daughter might be a smart person, but there's some of these fools that are in school, classes are done, but they still doing work.
That's on them. That's on them. That's on them.
Either they trying to get that extra credit or room and board ain't ran out yet. They're trying to get them last little moves in there.
Yep, away from their parents. Absolutely.
Right. And they packing their stuff up, trying to get gone. Now,
last going away party for the summer. Get drunk for the last time before you got to go back.
Because May is summer movie time, not April.
No,
because it's still okay. So y'all saying screw spring then? Because spring just literally started today, or was it yesterday? It's today.
Spring doesn't matter. Spring doesn't matter. Right, spring doesn't matter.
The spring
doesn't matter.
Well, first of all,
spring don't matter.
Michigan, where Michigan don't care what supposed season it is.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Y'all don't even have spring, do you?
We have two seasons, dog. We have winter and construction.
We have winter and exactly. Yes, that is absolutely it. Winter and construction. No, he's not kidding. Literally.
Facts. No, it's facts.
That is hashtag facts for real. No, for real. Yes. We have winter and summer, but no.
Okay.
Look.
Said winter or spring started yesterday. Look, I'm not with y'all on the y'all can try hard.
That's fine, Lena.
This is not it.
Hey, that's fine. But when Avengers Endgame comes out, it's kicking off the summer blockbuster season.
But there's a different I'm not even conceding to that. I'm not even conceding to that.
Okay. But you're wrong though. You're wrong though. Yes, you are. You're wrong though. You're wrong.
Yen, it's okay. You do not
have to keep moving the needle.
You're wrong.
You do not have to be on the right side of the
next year.
Right. No, you're wrong.
Next year, summer movies is going to start in February. Got it.
Oh, hey, GQ, how many years running?
Black Panther started short sleeve Dashiki month last year.
So last year.
Stop. So when the next Marvel movie comes out in May, because May stands for Marvel, when they comes out and they move the movie up just to taking it the last weekend in April to kick off the summer blockbuster season, I'm telling you, this is what's gonna happen.
Not conceded.
The summer blockbuster moves. See, we're going back to Disney now. Now we're talking like the summer blockbuster starts when Disney says it starts.
Okay, so this is something that Disney can do, though. And if we want to say, does Disney have a monopoly on movie stars?
I know your ass ain't going there. I know your ass ain't going there. Shut up. I know you ain't going there. I know your ass ain't going there. Shut up.
So since they have so much power in the movie industry now, they can see when summer starts. Hey,
let me tell you something.
It's summer movie time.
Look, I don't necessarily agree with GQ all the time. We're not always in lockstep, but I will say this. I will never fault Disney because they own the most powerful brands. The only monopoly they have is they have a monopoly on people's attention. That's it.
Disney has a monopoly on fanboys for real.
Exactly. And why is that? That's not their fault. That's not their fault. That's not their fault.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not on them. It's
exactly. That's not their fault.
Anthony mentioned real quick.
Who said anything about bad?
No, exactly. Anthony was a little confused. He said winter, then summer, according to GQ and Ken. That's not what we are saying.
That's not what we said.
In relation to movies.
What y'all saying.
Yeah. No, we said it when it relates to movies.
Because the thing is, here's the thing. Here's what works in movies. Technically, there's only really two seasons.
There is. It's winter and summer.
Winter and summer. In TV, you got your spring and fall. That's what we're referring to. In Michigan, there's only two seasons. There's construction and winter, and that's it. So that's what we're talking about. So we're not saying we're skipping spring. It's just
I'm just saying, y'all moving the needle for
No. Stop it. No, stop it.
The entire goalpost.
That's how I'm leaving it.
Right. No, stop it.
It is what it is.
No, stop. See,
summer movies.
See, now she's just trying to piss me off in general.
Okay,
yeah, no.
And then we can go into this. When it comes to, and I don't want to hear the hand wringing and the upsetness and all this other stuff.
About what?
When it comes to the winter time, and they haven't moved that needle, and they keep that needle because winter time is when award stuff comes around, and that's who's accounted into that little thing. So you can't be mad.
You know when winter starts.
That stuff is being moved.
The winter movie starts. The winter movie starts when Christmas season starts. That will never change.
It starts in November.
Man, please.
It starts in November.
Last week, like Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving,
starts in November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's why not Aquaman, but Wonder Woman came out in November because that was like holiday season.
No, it didn't. Wonder Woman came out in April, Women's Day.
No, that was July.
Okay, well,
which
there's tons of movies.
I'm sorry.
No, it was June. I'm sorry.
Aquaman came
out. Aquaman came out early.
Spider-Man was July. Wonder Woman came out in June.
But the thing, I'm just like, go ahead and move the goalposts. I mean,
the goalpost is in constant flux because, again, if a man that didn't even win a April can win.
April
starts the summer season.
April 25th
is the start of the summer season. Start of the summer season. Yep.
It's when Avengers comes out.
Exactly. That's a fact. That's a fact.
People gonna be taking off work. Kids gonna be missing school.
Yep.
That's fine, but yeah.
Hey,
I say what I said.
Who gonna be empty? Right. So who gonna be hardcore and do the marathon this year? Like last year doing the marathon, that was a gauntlet. Like it's hard.
Even a real marathon though, because they cut some movies out.
What they cut out? Which ones did they cut out?
They cut out a couple of the films. Like it was weird. They did like the list wasn't like 20 something movies long. It was like I think it was like down to like
LGZ. You don't get to say nothing because you ain't on the show. Be quiet. She's saying we wrong. No, we're not. We're not wrong.
She's allowed. No, she can chime in all she wants.
But she's wrong. But she's wrong.
I understand that.
See when you know that.
But she's wrong.
She's not wrong.
Yes, she is. She's wrong.
No, she's not wrong. She's sick. So her
it feel better. We hope all kidding aside, we hope you feel better.
Now we understand why she's talking crazy because she's sick.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of feeling better, we were remiss to do this before. We need to go ahead and do it now for sure before we check out of here. We want to send our thoughts and prayers and love to our boy Big Kahuna, who's really under the weather right now, still in the hospital recovering. Just had surgery today. Surgery went really well. He's recovering nice. So all of our well wishes to our boy, Big Kahuna. We hope to see you real soon, dude. You got to get better in time for us to all go watch Endgame together, man. It won't be the same without you. I swear to God, it will not be the same without you. So hurry up and get better, man. We'll come and see you real soon. I promise about that. So, I know I derailed the show, giving my boy a shout out. So last comments, we've been talking for an hour and a half. It's been an absolutely blast of a show. But any final comments before we get out of here? I wish I could put Mia in on silent because I know she's just gonna regurgitate her nonsense.
Excuse me. No. Anyway, what I'm about to say, don't ever assume what's gonna come out of my mouth. Anyway, Cisco, I'm shouting out some love to you from Florida. Hope you get well soon. We miss you.
We do miss you, dude.
Yeah, we got some more Disney princesses to induct.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. You know, this is one of the things I actually talked about. Yeah, we do. No, because with the Fox acquisitions, we got some news ones. Like Anastasia is a Disney princess now. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a Disney princess now. The Bavinci daughters, siblings, Susan and I think I forget the other one's name. They're Disney princesses. Now
that we're saying all these people, so is Black Widow a Disney princess?
I mean, I don't think so.
Scarlet Witch a Disney princess?
No. See, I think the Disney princesses are the teenagers or younger.
They have Barbie style Black Widow and Scarlet Witch, and it's like. So
are they Disney? But are they Disney princesses?
Didn't say Shuri wasn't she?
Well, she's an actual princess.
She's actual princess, but they put her in.
No. Here's a good one. Is Ripley a Disney princess?
Wow, I'm done.
Ripley's dead, though.
Yeah. But all the aliens are Disney princess because you already have
the alien queen. Yeah, the alien queen.
All of the Xenomorphs are Disney.
Can you imagine a Barbie of that?
Hell no, man. No way. No, they couldn't do that.
They could do it.
No way. Nah.
Everything can be done.
So no, none of those are Disney princesses. That's not a thing.
Hey, the queen she's the queen.
What? No.
Hey, Leia became a Disney princess.
Yeah, Leia became a Disney princess. You know what? In a couple of years,
Leia is a literal princess.
Yeah,
that's
but
she's a Disney princess. She's Disney princess too.
She's a Disney princess too. Disney Princess Hall of Fame.
Guess what? As soon as you understand that summer movies start when Marvel starts.
No.
April 27th. Absolutely. Yes.
Not a thing.
Yes, it is.
No.
But you're wrong though. You're wrong though.
Guess what though?
But you're wrong though.
Guess what though? When we all come down and go to Star Wars land, and you're going to get yourself an opportunity to be a Disney princess.
I don't want to be a princess. I don't have
you do. In Sith robes? You wouldn't do it in Sith robes? Would you do it in Sith robes? You got to be black.
Be emperor, so emperor, not really princess kind of thing.
Wow.
You'd be an emperor.
Emperor, emperor.
No, not emperor. Emperor. That doesn't even exist. We'd be an empress.
Be politically correct.
Boo this man.
Boo this man. Boo you for not getting it correct. Saying summer movie season starts in May. No, it starts in April. It starts when Marvel says it starts. No, it starts when Marvel says it starts.
There we go. I'm glad
it starts when Marvel says it starts.
I'm glad you said it
because they own May.
For those of us who just don't watch Marvel movies all year, it doesn't start in April.
Yes, it does. It does this year. It will next year if Disney says so. If Disney puts a Marvel movie there, it will start.
And yes, because that is what you think they say, or that is what you're saying they say. They have a monopoly.
You know what? Shut up. I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Monopoly works.
No. I think no. Anyway, before this show completely goes off the rails and I have to fly down to Florida and choke my beautiful co-host down there. Join us next week Wednesday for another riveting episode of Culture Junkies Live. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Shazam next week, not Shazam. Shazam next week.
Who the hell says Shazam?
You know who says Shazam?
No.
Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess.
Oh, he did it?
Take a wild guess.
That's funny.
Anyway, so we'll be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time, Wednesdays over on YouTube. We want to, hope you watch the replay of the show. If you're just joining us late, go over to YouTube and watch the replay. Take a chance to subscribe to the channel and also vote on the polls on the video and leave your comments on what you think of the Fox deal and how we're doing on the show right now. It's really important for us to hear your voices so we can make the show even better. So Culture Junkies sign out, for my boy GQ, for Super Nerd Plus, for Fallen Marvel, for the Great Dadakuji, and that rabble rouser Miao Yin. I'm Kishiro. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
What the hell's a rabble rouser? What the hell is
a damn trouble rabble rouser, damn troublemaker, damn troublemaker. Right, absolutely. And yes, Lisa Simpson is also now a princess. Summer movie starts on April 26th. Thank you very much. Goodbye.